Hey there, this is Mr. Herman. We're going to be calculating the standard deviation now. Let's take some numbers. Imagine this is just the numbers of maybe, I don't know, it could be anything, just some numbers you're given. And I have a made up set of numbers here. We'll just go with these for now. Work along with me and pause the video when necessary. So let's say we take these numbers right here. We want to calculate the standard deviation. Remember, that's how far they are on average from the mean. That's what that tells us, the distance they are. So to figure this out, we'll start by finding their sum. We can do it like this. Make a little table like this. This is going to be our x values, and then in class, if you remember, we did the x squared amounts right here, like this. So take each of these and square it, and again, you can use your calculator for that, or follow along for now at least, and then go back and try it again later, or pause it and then check the answers in a few minutes after you've calculated them. And there's our last one there. Then we're going to find the sums of these. So find the sum of this column and the sum of this column. And this first column sum is 124. Again, pause this if I'm going too fast. And you can check these as you're going, but there's a limit to how long I can record, so I have to do it kind of quickly. This column is 2622. So the sum of x is 124. The sum of x squared is 2622. Now we're going to use this formula, which if you remember, you do not need to memorize. It will be on the quiz from your notes or on the test. It will actually be on there. But we still need to understand how it works. So it's the sum of x squared minus the sum of x squared over n minus 1, taken for a sample size. In this case, n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 numbers. So n is 6, and this will be 5 down here. Remember, I always said this is the bigger number. Otherwise, you end up getting a negative number if you subtract it and don't do it correctly. So, as far as the calculator keystrokes, we'll put in this whole top part first, then divide by the last part. So you're going to hit the second function. I'm going to lay it out here, then we're going to put it in the calculator together so you see. And it's the second function and then the x squared button. It's going to give you this prompt like this. Then you're going to need to put one extra parenthesis in right away. Then put the bigger number of these two in, which is the first one. 2622, subtract sum of x squared, which is right here. The sum of x is 124. Then we square it. Then we'll take that and divide that by n. Remember, again, n is the number of items in your x, which is 6. Close it off. Then divide by n minus 1, which is 5. Let's put that together in here one time. See if I can get this to work without too many reflections here. Let's see if that'll work. That's not. Not coming out so good without the reflections. I'm not sure why. Let's see if I can find some way to. This should help right here. Let's try this. Hopefully you can see something on there. So we're going to take and put it in just as it appears here. First hit the sum of x, the square root button, so second x squared, like that. And then after that, you're going to hit in the extra parenthesis, and then 2622 minus 124, the x squared button, divided by 6, parenthesis, divided by 5, parenthesis. And we get approximately 3.44. We're going to run it to the nearest hundredth and say it's about 3.44. Remember what this is actually saying. This is saying now that on average, each of these numbers is about 3.44 away from the mean. If you calculate the mean, you could find out by dividing 124, the number right here, 124 divided by 6 would give you the mean. The mean x bar is approximately 21. So this standard deviation here is telling us, that each of these numbers is approximately 3.44 away from 21. That's what it's saying.